What's up guys, Bobby at the Pedal Tech here. If you like bikes, heck, if you like anything with two wheels, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, leave us a comment below. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little GX AXS wireless Bluetooth shifter and derailleur upgrade to this Santa Cruz here that's brand new, built out of the box. So let's do it. Alright, so we got this box open here. We got some manuals, little coaster there for your ice cold beer or whatever you're gonna, your beverage when you build this thing up or install it. We got charger cord, cool little tool that they give you. This is a B tension adjustment guide, and we got our bar clamp for the shifter and our battery for the derailleur, shifter and derailleur there. So first things first, make sure you get your derailleur and stuff stripped off your bike. We already did that. We separated the chain here. Shifter's gone, housing's pulled out of the frame, so you're going to want to do that prior to. Next thing you're going to want to do once you do that is you're going to bolt this derailleur right up here. So you got your bolt there. It's going to be a 5mm right through that hole there, and you're going to bolt it here. Now watch out, there's this little ledge right here that you're gonna want this little lip right there to sit on top of. Don't tighten that setup right there straight against that derailleur hanger. It will bend it, so make sure that is sitting up on top of it before you tighten it all the way. So we're gonna do that. Alright, we got the derailleur all on there, so we are gonna reattach the chain. So what I typically like to do is put it down here in this small cog and then lay it on this wheel here. And this is what you're gonna want to be careful of. You can push this down and there's a little lock key right here. You press down it and you'll feel it. You can lock and then latch the derailleur on there to keep it open. You're gonna want to drop this chain, and it's tough to see with the camera, but basically right through this wheel, and there's this little bridge here, you could hardly see it right there, but you're gonna want to go right down through the both of these guys here. So through that bridge and on the back side of this wheel through that little bridge there. And then once you clock the derailleur back into place, you will be good to go. Oftentimes people will, I'll show you here in a second, so we'll push that down, it releases it. People will often, you can see the bridge right there, so people will go over that thing, and then, so basically they'll run off the wheel, go underneath this thing here, and then go up over this wheel, and it will end up grinding that bridge away. It'll be super rough and horrible feeling, and people typically never notice it and never know why their bike is so rough and so on. So once we got it through there, we are gonna take our quick links, connect these guys back together, and then basically if you rotate your quick link to the top of the above the chainstay here, you can just hold the wheel and push down, and then the tension will pull the quick link together and snap it together, and then quick link snap together and all that good stuff. So you're good to go there. The next thing you are gonna want to do is adjust your high limit screw. So you got 2 screws right down here on the bottom underneath the battery. They are not labeled. If you look on the bottom here, you can see, you know, where the screws, you know, touch the actual stop shoe here. So they're pretty backed out off of brand new. So basically we're gonna run those guys in. This left one is gonna be your high adjustment, and then the right screw is gonna be your low adjustment. So we're gonna get those all tidied up here and show you how to do that. So let's do that. basically we'll stick this in here, and you can watch this screw come in until it touches that. It's kind of blurry, the GoPro sucks for close-ups. Until it touches that limit here. Basically, you're going to want to look down the back here and check your alignment on that cog there. So basically, you can see when you start screwing this thing in, it's going to want to push it up. Don't screw it in too far. You're going to want to back it out. And right now, this thing probably is adjusted in a little high position. You want a little gap of light between that inside chain link and the next cog up. So you want to see a little bit of light there, and that's basically how you know your stop's going to be good to go. We're probably gonna have to adjust this thing, like I said, and we're gonna do the low adjustment once we get it shift up there. But we gotta put the battery in, get the the shifter synced up to the derailleur. So let's do all that first before we do that low adjustment. All right, so now we're gonna throw this shifter on. Basically, you got your shifter. There's our clamp there. Unfortunately, we do have to take the grip off to get that shifter on. So we'll slide that guy off now. There we go. And this is the way that your shifter clamp will go. You're going to want this thing coming out towards the back there. Don't flip it around and make that tab go forward. So you're going to want it backwards, or else you're going to have to switch it around. So that's that. Let's bolt this shifter up. And there we go. We're probably going to have to adjust this to the other side of the lever, but we'll worry about that in a second. Got our battery. We're going to pull out our little dummy plug here. We're going to pop our battery in. The little tab goes in the bottom there and then snaps on the top. So let's see here. Oh, and the battery is dead. So hold on a sec. We're gonna throw this guy on the charger. May go grab another battery, plug it in, one off of my bike or something. All right, so we got shifter on there, and we got derailleur on. We plugged that new battery in, and we're gonna pair these guys. So first things first, you are gonna hold derailleur button until this flashes green. So there's solid green, and there it goes, starts blinking. So now you're gonna wanna do the same thing. You're gonna go up to the shifter and you're gonna hold, and then you're gonna see the shifter rapidly blink green. There it goes, and let go. And we should be able to press that guy, and there we go. We are paired. Just like that, you are paired. So once again, hold derailleur until it starts blinking, then go to the shifter, hold the shifter button until that one starts blinking, then let go and repress that derailleur button, and you are good to go. So let's shift this guy up to the big ring and get that low stop all adjusted. All right, so we can see this thing's already not adjusted. We got to index this thing, so we'll probably do the indexing first. So that way it stays up in the big cog, because right now we're pedaling this guy and it's not staying in the big cog. And also we're gonna have to do the bead tension adjustment, which is this bolt right here. You can see how much of a gap we got there below that chain, or that cassette there under that big cog. So that's no good. We're gonna wanna change that right now. So let's start with our indexing. We're gonna go all the way back down to the bottom cog. And we're gonna go one by one basically. So we'll shift up. You can see that one kind of lagged. We already know it doesn't want to stay up in the big cog there, so we know we need some tension, or not tension, there's no cable, we need it to index and go up. We can look at the back here and we can see a little gap. You're probably not going to see it on the camera very well. You could barely see it in between the chain there. So we're going to move that up, and the way you do that is you're going to hold the derailleur or the shifter button here and press whichever, you know, tab you want the derailleur to move, and it's going to be micro indexing adjustments. So the derailleur will hardly move. So we know that this button down here is going to move our derailleur up the cassette, and that's where we want to go. So we're going to hold the button and hit this 2 times, and that basically did 2 micro indexing adjustments up the cassette. So we're going to pedal that. It's not clicking, it's not trying to shift up, so that should be pretty decent. We're going to get it all the way up to that bigger cog and see how close we are now. All right, so we are doing better. It is staying up there now. So let's check our stop adjustment here. So you can see this bolt here is not touching the stop just yet. That's our low. We're gonna wanna run that guy in until it barely touches that thing. For now, we may make a little more adjustment. And see, you can see the, watch as I push on this thing. See the derailleur move? I don't know if you guys can even see it on camera, it's pretty tough. But we just hit that stop there. So that now we know it can't go any further and drop off. So that's basically what those stop adjustments are for. Keeps the chain from falling off the small cog into the frame, keeps the chain from falling off that big, you know, cog into the spokes there, you know. So it's more of an issue on the cable actuated shifters and derailleurs and such. So that's that. Now we're going to adjust our B tension adjustment, which is this gap here between this upper pulley and your cog there. So they come with a tool. That's what this guy's for. So basically what you're going to do here is you're going to want to shift this into the lower cog, and then this is going to snap on the big chain wheel, and then this little arrow right here is basically going to point to the center of this derailleur, you know, bolt there, you know, basically the center pivot point of that pulley. So we're gonna get that shifted down real quick. There we go. And typically they want you to do this at sag, but we're not going to do it at sag, and we're going to tell you how we're going to do this. So basically you'll just slip it on there, it's going to stay on that cog, and you're going to rotate this down, and you can see how far off this guy is. So we're going to adjust this guy. Remember, it's the bolt up here by the battery. So we're going to basically loosen this, and it's going to raise up. You can see the derailleur going up, up. So now if we roll this down, see, that would be nearly the perfect adjustment right there, right? That arrow is pointed right on the center of that guy. But what we know is they want to do this at sag, and what happens when you sit on the bike, chain tension pulls. As the suspension goes through its travel, the distance from the center of the axle to the center of the crank arm grows, which means the chain length grows, which means this derailleur gets pulled under tension a little bit. So we know that this pivot is, or that center of that wheel, when you sit on the bike, is going to go down further. So we're going to err on the side of it being closer to that upper cog. So we're going to run it up about right there, and you can see we're no longer on the center, but we know when we sit on that guy, it's going to droop down and catch about the center, and we're pretty much going to be close there. So you don't have to sit on it and sag it. Like they say, you'll need 2 people to do that, and not everyone's got 2 people. Not everyone has a wife that wants to help them work on their bike. Some people got friends. You may have to pay them in beers. And that's about it for the GX AXS install. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, anything, leave a comment below. Let us know what you want to see in the comments. Hit the likes and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.